Welcome to the big one. Now, lawyer for the PPP flag bearer, Ni Ayikweotu, has expressed reservations about the duration given by the Supreme Court to the disqualified aspirants to refile their nominations. According to him, the time period is short for the aspirants to satisfy the requirements, suggesting Wednesday, November 9 as more appropriate.
The Supreme Court on Monday dismissed the EC's case challenging the disqualification of the PPP flag bearer.
The Electoral Commission was seeking to overturn the High Court judgment on 3 grounds. 2 of the grounds, thus lack of jurisdiction and error of law, were dismissed by the Supreme Court. The Apex Court, however, upheld the 3rd ground, which was excess of jurisdiction.
On the 3rd ground, the Supreme Court explained that the High Court went beyond its jurisdiction to give judgment on the matter. Per the Supreme Court judgment, the disqualified aspirants have until Tuesday, November 8 to correct anomalies on their nomination forms and refile. Lawyer for the PPP flag bearer, Dr. Papakosindium, has a different view on the duration given by the Supreme Court for the refiling of nominations.
EC must extend the period up to tomorrow, close of day, for all candidates who presented their nomination forms on the 29th and 30th, but who were not given hearing before they were disqualified, to be given that hearing. You see, today is Monday, and the close of day tomorrow, 5 o'clock, may not suit everybody. So I thought perhaps Wednesday could have been better, so that they have today and tomorrow to do the corrections, and close of day Wednesday, they can present them.
The judges also ordered a suspension of all lawsuits challenging the EC's disqualification of presidential nominees at the High Court. Counsel for the Electoral Commission, Thaddeus Sori, welcomed the Supreme Court judgment and stressed the assertion that the EC's image has been dented by the numerous lawsuits is unfounded.
It is a victory for democracy. The court was very categorical in its orders. The court agreed with us that whilst there was evidence that there was an error of law on the face of the record, it did not go to the court's jurisdiction, so it wouldn't quash it. It dismissed our 2nd ground, but upheld the 3rd ground.
In explaining the judgment of the 7-member panel of justices, the presiding justice, Sophia Dinina, said their decision was to enable the EC give hearing to all parties involved in the legal tussle over the disqualification due to limited time left for the election to be held. The EC rejected Dr. Indium's nomination, claiming the number of subscribers to his forms did not meet the requirement of Regulation 7(2)(b) of the CI 94, the law regulating the conduct of the 2016 elections. The commission said one of Dr. Indium's subscribers endorsed the form with different signatures in both portions of the nomination form, raising questions as to the legitimacy of one or both signatures.
And the flag bearer of the People's National Convention, PNC, has welcomed the ruling by the Supreme Court asking the Electoral Commission to reopen nominations up to close of day Tuesday, November 8. Speaking to TV3, Dr. Edward Mahama said elections are about inclusion to allow as many candidates so the electorates decide who should rule. Meanwhile, Dr. Mahama has cast doubt as to whether the upcoming polls will be transparent. He spoke with me earlier this afternoon at his head office after the ruling.
Well, I think the Supreme Court did the right thing, because the essence of what we are doing is to present as many capable people as possible to the people of Ghana to choose one to lead this nation for the next 4 years. The idea is not about excluding, the idea is about including. So those of us, particularly myself, who were said to be disqualified, felt a little aggrieved, not because I am disqualified, but because the constituency that I represent in this country, the ideas that I bring to enrich the governance of this country, were going to be denied. And I think that the Supreme Court has done the right thing, and I'm glad that I have an opportunity to correct the so-called mistakes.
I know that there have been those who have been aggrieved, bitter by the decision of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission to disqualify so many people. Looking back at when the decision was made to disqualify you, and then looking ahead to today and the Supreme Court ruling, do you hold any bitterness inside you?
No, I'm not bitter, but I feel that I have been damaged in the sense that this was on the 10th that we got the information. That 10th I had made 2 plans. One was to travel outside to my friends to raise some money for my campaign. The other was to leave on the 11th for the Volta region to introduce my running mate. Both plans had to be put on hold or abandoned. Today is the 7th. Voting is on the 7th, December. I have barely a month to raise money and to campaign. I've been disadvantaged severely.
Despite the setbacks, you're still in good position to contest this year's election and win it.
I will give it my best. It's like a relay runner. When you drop the button, you pick it and you continue. I will do that. But certainly, the people of Ghana have been shortchanged by this event because the ideas and the time we had to propagate those ideas, we have lost 1 month.
And you still say you are not bitter despite that?
No, I've always put Ghana first. This unfortunate situation has allowed us to test the Supreme Court. So to build a country, you need to build strong institutions. My case has been truncated by the Supreme Court. That also doesn't sit well with me. I'd have liked my court to look at my individual case and see whether indeed I was justifiably disqualified. But now I don't have that opportunity.
For as much as 5 hours before they even attended to us. So it's like they decided to do whatever they want. And the surprise thing is that they decided to give us additional so-called errors, they think. Now, the funny thing is that now the EC is saying that the signatures from my subscribers, there are some variations in those signatures. And I pointed out to the chairperson that, Madam, fine, fair enough. Look at your own signature. Now, Steve, the signatures are here in front of you. This is what Charlotte Osei, the chairperson for the EC, signed. 1, 2, 3. You see, there are some variations. They are coming from the same person. She is a lawyer. She is the head of the EC. And the signatures, there are some variations. So how do you expect a subscriber, a mere subscriber, to have exact signatures?
Right, so we're showing these signatures you're referring to on our screens here. So you think that there are variations in them?
Yeah. Now she's saying that the signatures from our subscribers, there are some variations. Are you okay? And I'm pointing it to her that, Madam, look at even your own signatures. Look at where this, whether it's J or U is, and look at this one where the sign is, and look at this one where the sign. Look this one. This is the one she signed today. And this is the one she signed on the 29th. And this is the one she signed on the 10th.
You file your nomination.
Yeah, 29th of September, she signed this one. Then the 10th of October, she signed this. And then today, the 7th, she signed this. Look at my own signature. This is my signature, and this is my signature. You can see
that your party won't even get 1%. And
even if I'm going to get points,
all of this.
No, if
are
I'm
you still going to contest?
No, if I'm going to get 0%, you should allow me. That is what they call inclusivity. This is how we govern. This modern day, it's about inclusivity. You can't just try to use some communist tactics to eliminate people.
Mr. Apollo, I'll have you hold, and we will go back and hear Kofi Jakpasu, who was disqualified also.
Per my understanding of the ruling, with the Supreme Court extending the nomination period up to tomorrow, what it means is that within this has become now the stipulated period. So whatever corrections and amendments must be done within this stipulated period. So if you are given the opportunity for us to go through, the important thing is that you present it on time to give us enough opportunity to go through. I think we'll be working outside the law if we are calling people after tomorrow to come and do corrections. As it is, you have been given your chance to go and do the corrections. So you must make sure that within the stipulated period, as now determined by the court, you should be able to do your necessary corrections. As I said, the onus is on you, the candidate, to make sure within this period you do it. The mistakes are many and varied. It depends on which one you are talking about, and it also depends on how diligent the candidate work on the forms, because the requirements are many, and you are supposed to meet all the requirements for your nomination to be accepted. So the responsibility is on them to make sure that they comply. It's very possible we can still have errors and shortcomings, depending on the kind of errors that were detected on some of the forms.
All right, so that's Eric Kofi Jakwaso. He's actually not contesting. I wasn't disqualified. He's the Director of Communications of the Electoral Commission, and today representatives of some political parties actually stormed the Electoral Commission offices to file their nominations. But Mr. Jakwaso is saying that their forms could still be rejected if there were errors. So your forms could be rejected.
Oh no! My forms.
Did you refile your?
Oh no! Actually, me, for instance, they claim that these three gentlemen, Alfred Yovoglo, Dakaduri Mo, and Adu Thomas, signed for me and went to sign for another person. And I have disproved that because...
you disproved that? You didn't go to court?
Oh, no, I went to court because initially I was waiting on the police report to enable me to pick it and send it to the EC for them, because I didn't want this legal tussle. But the EC was so adamant and saying that you have to go to court. That's why I went to court. Yeah. No, but you see, these three people, they are my party members. They carry party ID cards and stuff like that. You know, so now the EC is trying to move away from this. And now he's bringing in some 12 new people. They are saying that their signatures, there are some variations in their signatures. And then even the EC boss herself, the chairperson herself, your signatures are not...
The signatures appear to have variations. So you think that because there were variations in the documents she presented to those who were filing the nominations,
those who subscribe,
she has no reason to question variations in signatures of people.
No, excellent. She shouldn't try. She shouldn't try at all. Because it means this woman cannot handle
So let me understand. So were you giving a new list of errors?
Yes, a new list. A new list. The list is that their signatures are not same. Are you okay? Because maybe the L or maybe the T might have turned a bit or something like that. And then I'm proving to her, even your own signatures, they are not the same.
Have you brought this to her attention?
Yes, in her face. I told her she was recording. She was recording because she has a video. She was recording the meeting. Yeah. And I told her, I said, Madam, look at this. 3, 1, 2, 3. You signed them. Are they the same? Even you are the chief executive of the EC. And then the whole lawyer and whatever, your signatures are not even exact. Why do you expect somebody who lives in the village?
And what responses she give you?
She said she don't care. You know, that's her attitude. And I think she need to be. I mean, I don't know this woman.
Find the words to say. She needs to be.
No, in fact, you know, she can't do the job. She can't do the EC job because her posture, shows that it seems like she's against somebody. Look at Papa Kosundum. You see, do you know why she's refusing to give us our books? Because I told her and I told Papa Kosundum that your books, the 3 books with the woman, doesn't have errors. Only the one she has given you that contain the error. If she's a woman enough, he should give you all the 3 books. Right. And now she's running away from giving us the books, and she's saying that she won't give us our books to go and make any amendment or whatsoever. But we should go and make photocopy of the one that we have. What is she hiding? What is she running away from? Because I told Papa Kosundum, this happened to me in 2012. Right. You know, this is what we call transpositional error. When you are when you're putting the same thing here, you might end up repeating. So that happened in your book that you have. But the books, the 3 books that she has, it doesn't contain those errors.
Right. Mr. Kofi Akpaloo, thanks very much for that. My name is Stephen Ante. This is still News at 10.